special guest with me, bringing y'all the Riding High Sports. I got with me tonight DJ Lil King, Oakland legend, Texas legend, coming to talk some sports. What's up, King? How you doing, bro?
Hey, man. What's good with it? What's good with y'all out there? You know what I'm saying? We live Riding High Sports, you know what I'm saying? Hey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, well, we just gonna jump right on into it. Hey, shout out TJ Rydell.
Yeah,
What's up, bro?
Yeah. Shout
What's
out
up?
TJ, man.
Hey, make sure you like, get your friends, get your kids, make sure everybody's watching, right? So we just gonna jump right into it. Week 0 of the college football season kicked off this week. We had number 10 Texas Tech taking on unranked Georgia Tech. Now, before we talk about the result of this game, let's talk about a little.
Hold on. You said Texas Tech versus Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech
Florida
versus
State versus
okay,
Georgia
bet.
Tech.
There we go.
Number 10,
Already.
Florida State versus Georgia Tech. Coming into this game, Georgia Tech had lost 15 straight games versus top 10 opponents. They hadn't won a conference or a division game in like 2 years, and they upset number 10 Florida State in Ireland. Hit the jig on them on the field.
Yeah.
So I guess my main question would be to set the table is, do you think that's more to come in the season where you have teams upsetting higher ranked teams, or like, what do you think?
Man, I think that's part of college football. Like that's what we're gonna get like all season with college football. Like it's rare that like the top 3 teams, you know what I'm saying, get upset. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then there'll be a top 5 upset or something, but it's real rare to see that number 1 team get knocked off, that number 2 team knocked off in the regular season, especially by an unranked team. Usually if you do see it's maybe like a top 5 matchup, a top 10 matchup, but this was a top 10 Florida State team versus a completely unranked Georgia Tech team, right?
Completely unranked. Expected to finish last because they're both in the ACC.
Yeah.
Which is what I was saying last week. Like, to have a ACC matchup week 0, week 1, this early in the season, one of those teams was going to suffer. Now, even thinking back to last season, Florida State came into this season with high expectations. Like, they felt like they were disrespected last year. They should have been in that Final Four. But they had the perfect opportunity to say, hey, y'all did disrespect us last year. And in my opinion, they came out and wet the bed. And just like TJ says, DJ Ukulele is not the guy, bro. Like, because for me, this is the way I look at it. Like, if you started your career in the ACC.
At Clemson.
Had to leave, go to the Pac-12.
Oregon State.
And then say, hey, you know what? I'm going to try again. The one place you cannot go when you transfer again is the ACC. Like, you spent 2-3 years there. All those DCs know you. The head coaches know you. So they know how to game plan against you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And his game hasn't evolved since he committed to Clemson. So with that being said, I guess I really want to know, how do you feel about UT going up against Colorado State?
Man, that's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna just be real. Everybody knows I'm a hardcore Longhorn fan. You know what I'm saying, Hooker. but we tend to not show up in season opening games, and that's been going on. Let me see, from what I can remember recently. Let me see of recent time. That started in what 2015. TJ, correct me if I'm wrong. It may be wrong, but I want to say maybe, like, I remember that game. Was it 15?
Who was that coach?
See, with Charlie Strong.
That had to be like
15. When we opened the season against Notre Dame, at Notre Dame, and we go over there. I have all my homeboys over. We have a barbecue. Charlie Strong going up against Notre Dame. You know what I'm saying? At Notre Dame, we bought out the ribs.
Damn.
We bought out the fajitas, the sausage, the chicken. Man, and them boys couldn't even damn near make it past the 50-yard line in that game. And then, like, that was a complete disappointment. I will give them credit. The next year, they did come back and beat Notre Dame at UT. But then Charlie Strong gets fired. We start the season off against Maryland.
That was Tom Herman's, right?
Tom Herman. Charlie Strong gets fired. We get Tom Herman. And we start the season off against Maryland, which we're just like, come on, this is fucking Maryland. This is a basketball school. You know what I'm saying? Big Ten basketball. And I want to say this is so long ago and I smoke a little too much, but I can't remember what game was first. And I want to say the first one was in D.C. and the second one was in Austin. But I want to say the first one that was in D.C. and they had it was like a rain delay, a lightning delay, and all that stuff. And I want to say we were up like a couple of touchdowns and end up coming back after the delay, and they end up losing. Then they came back the next year and lost to Maryland again. Like, I just don't really see us doing. And whenever we do win, like, I guess this is what I always say like this, like, season opening games, when you're playing against a Colorado State in a season opening games, my expectations maybe aren't the coach's expectations, but my expectations, like, bro, that's a 55-7 game.
Yeah,
that's a starters. I mean, the starters are pulled in the middle of the third quarter, maybe even before the third quarter starts. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Like, the second string is going in after the half. So whenever UT, it wouldn't surprise me if this game was 14-10 at halftime.
And I completely agree with you because I'm an Auburn fan, and with Auburn, we can be opening up against UNL Lafayette, right?
Yeah, already.
Man, to be honest with you, Auburn can be opened up against Texas A&M Kingsville, and it will be a dogfight. So I completely get it, bro. And we are under the second year of Hugh Freeze. We got a couple of nice receivers.
We got some 5-stars. Cam Coleman.
Yeah.
Who else over there? The Perry kid.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was a 5-star. He may have been a high 4-star, but I know like Cam Coleman, definitely the 5-star that was originally a Texas A&M commit. Shit, hell yeah.
Yeah, but freaking Hugh Freeze, he can get recruits, but I'm not a fan of Peyton Thorne. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell no.
He's not my guy.
No.
We thought Jarrett Stidham would be the guy. No, but it just hasn't panned out. But back to UT. I think UT has a gauntlet of a schedule. We touched on it a couple of weeks ago, but I don't think it's a gauntlet, bro. I think Texas has made for our first year in the SEC, we probably have one of the easiest SEC schedules. We have Georgia at home. We have Florida at home. We don't play LSU. We don't play Bama. I don't think we play Tennessee. Here's y'all schedule right here. Okay, so y'all, week 1, y'all have Colorado State.
Yeah.
Dub? You think it's a dub?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, y'all go to Ann Arbor and play Michigan.
That should be a dub because Michigan should be reloading. I don't expect Michigan to come back with what they had last year. They're under a brand new head coach and all that. Basically a whole roster turnover.
I agree with that. I say dub on that one too. UTSA. They gave y'all's asses fits the last time y'all saw UTSA, my nigga.
Frank Harris. That's all I'm gonna say. Frank Harris, boy, that boy showed his ass in that game, man. That's one of those games I'm talking about. That's one of that should have been a final score of 62 to 10 or
62 to -3,
something that And this game basically went all the way to the fourth quarter before it was really decided. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Let's see, UL Monroe.
Oh, that's
a dub. Now, this is a tricky game because I'm gonna tell you something about the SEC, right? Because y'all new to this. Auburn fans, we true to this. You know what I'm saying? The SEC can have teams ranked 150th in the country, but still will come out and try and bust your ass. So that first team at the top of that list is Mississippi State. If anybody is gonna upset UT this year, and y'all say, hey, we just gonna walk into it, I believe it's gonna be Mississippi State.
Oh, man.
I think Mississippi State can pull the upset. What do you feel about that one?
Nah. Is it at UT?
It's in Austin.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
We have the Red River rivalry.
That could go either way. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't really seen the Jackson Arnold kid. I seen him in high school when he was at Geyer, and I haven't really seen. I want to say he didn't really play too much last year. They had the Gabriel kid. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really play too much last year, but Gabriel's out. Arnold kid's in. So 5-star from Texas. Let's see what he gonna do.
Okay.
That's not a game. That would be Quinn. I could have a better answer for that probably after 3 weeks. If Quinn's just playing mediocre, then that's a toss up. But if Quinn is lights out, completing 70% of his passes, and he's already got 10, 12 touchdowns and no interceptions, then that's straight up. Yeah.
Okay. I think the toughest game on your schedule, which luckily is at home, we just talked about it, Georgia. Now, for me personally, I think that Georgia is very similar to Michigan. That recruiting class that Kirby Smart brought in has graduated out. They're reloading, retooling.
They still got Beck though.
When was the last time somebody goes, "Oh man, that's freaking"?
They're considering him like a Heisman candidate
because he's at Georgia. He's more that resume
already
pick. You know what I mean? Nothing really spectacular about him. Just like when Stetson Bennett was always in the Heisman conversation. You know what I mean? He's just the product of being on the best team. He's not the best player on that team.
Hell yeah.
He's just like, well, we can't send everybody. But, But like when you think, what's his name? Carson Beck, right?
Yeah, Carson Beck.
When you think Carson Beck, you don't think, bro, I can really build my NFL franchise around Carson Beck.
That's facts. That's facts.
So
game manager.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Shout out Cam Newton. So I would actually take UT in that one.
Oh, really?
You got Texas in that one too?
Hell yeah, man. You see what happened the last time we played Georgia?
I did.
Bevo down there killed fucking that little last dog, bruh. And then we proceeded to beat the shit out of them in the game, man. I ain't gonna lie, they came back in the fourth quarter, but we still won. We was up like 21-0 at one point, shit. Yeah, y'all seen what Bevo down there stumped a hole in that little ass white dog on national TV.
Bro. Here, do me a favor, scroll up the comments real quick. Let's see what the people saying. Let's see.
Shout out my dog Cantu. He's out right now on some personal reasons, but he'll definitely be back soon. So y'all stay up to date with all that. TJ Shout out our dog Cantu. What's up, TJ?
Right. What's TJ say about Jay Norvell? Jay Norvell is too focused on Deion Sanders. Speaking of Deion.
Hold on, let's finish the UT schedule, and then we'll go to Deion.
Bet. Let's see.
Bevo sorry.
Let's see. Next, y'all are going to Nashville and to play Vandy.
Oh, that's a dub.
And then y'all finish with Florida in Austin.
That should be a dub unless the Lagway kid just shows his ass.
I'll take UT in that one. So
in the final game, A&M.
We got more. I didn't even see the rest of them.
Yeah.
Okay, after Florida, y'all got Arkansas.
Oh man, we always lose. We done lost to Arkansas like the last 3 times that we done played them, man. Straight up, like Arkansas, that's a rivalry game, man. It don't matter. Arkansas could go in that game to like 1-9, 1-8, whatever the game it is, and that's a rivalry game, man. And we don't really, from the past few games that I've saw, man, we haven't played Arkansas good. I can't remember us beating Arkansas. That's how I remember us beating Arkansas was like fucking when Vince Young was there and shit like that.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but at one point
Arkansas
and Texas were in the same
Southwest,
right?
Southwest Conference.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was, who was that? Texas, Arkansas, Nebraska?
No, the Southwest Conference was all the Texas schools plus Arkansas. Arkansas was the only school that wasn't from Texas. So you had Texas, Texas A&M, Texas Tech. You had SMU, TCU, Baylor, Houston, Rice.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All those were Southwest Conference schools plus Arkansas. I'm probably leaving the other a few off, but all those Texas schools, all the major Texas universities that are even like non-Power 5 schools that are still like the major ones, they were all the Southwest Conference. The Southwest Conference died in 1995, and that was the birth for the Big 12 Conference. Who else we got next?
Let's see. Wait, did KJ Jefferson transfer from Arkansas?
Yeah, he gone.
I'm taking Texas. Y'all got Kentucky next. Austin.
Man. Who's that? Mike Stoops?
Yep.
That should be a dub, but Stoops, he puts up good. Man, that Kentucky's
Kentucky's a team, running back, bro.
And Kentucky is the team that pulls upsets.
Yes.
Like if it's an upset Kentucky, like most of the time whenever it's a SEC upset, Kentucky's the one that pull the upset. Yep. Shit.
It's never Vandy.
Hell yeah. Vandy. No, the swag, Cantu, the swag is still alive.
Yeah, the swag's still alive.
That's like the
that's like Alabama
HBCU. Yeah, like all the black schools. Grambling and all that. Like, all them Southern and Texas Southern and Prairie View. That's like the swag right there. Yeah. No, Texas State is
the Southland?
No, Texas State, I think. What is Texas State now, TJ? I think they just jumped into the WAC. I may be wrong though, but I think they're like one of those group of 5. You said Texas State.
Not Texas State.
Texas Southern?
Yeah, Texas Southern.
They're definitely the swag.
Yeah, I was thinking TSU.
Hell yeah.
And then after Kentucky, y'all finish up with Texas A&M at Kyle Field.
Dub.
Who's the quarterback at
Connor Weigman. He came from the Houston area. He was a 5-star recruit.
Texas State is in the Sun Belt.
Oh, already, for sure. Yeah, A&M's quarterback is that Connor Weigman kid. He came from the Houston area.
That's what's up. So,
speaking of Deion, let's go to Deion.
Okay, so Deion has been making a lot of headlines as always, right?
Is he making headlines, or are they making the headlines about him?
I think they're making them about him. But the first one that he made this summer that really caught notice is he said he was joking, I think, of course, that the AD brought them North Dakota State to play week 1. And then later on, he basically told CBS, "No, we won't fuck with y'all right now."
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But later, a couple of weeks later, he goes, "All right, we cool. We cool with CBS now." And then the most recent one would be Paul Feinbaum says something about Deion.
Because Deion told the reporter that he couldn't cover the football team no more.
Exactly.
Or he could cover them, but he couldn't ask no questions no more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And then he replied to Paul Feinbaum on the other day. So my question would be is where do we take media narrative opposed to fact in certain situations? You know what I mean? Like when the media says, "Oh, don't like this guy," or "like this guy" type shit. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing that I had saw was like basically Paul Feinbaum was saying on one of these clips I saw on YouTube was Paul Feinbaum saying like the coaches come and go. Coaches come and go. They're there in the community for a couple of years and they leave and go to another community. He's like, these beat writers, they're there because they've been there for a long time, and most of the time that they love the community, you know what I'm saying? And not to say that the coaches don't, but Paul Feinbaum was trying to say most of the beat writers and reporters have been reporters for that certain newspaper or that news station for 20 years and some shit like that, which I don't know how it works in major cities, but I'm going to be real. In Corpus and the South Texas area, man, these news reporters be switching in and out like goddamn draw shit. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, you see a lady on the news in 2024, 2025. She done posted on Facebook moving to Phoenix, Arizona. You know what I'm saying? Like you see shit like that. Like I don't think Corpus is a place where media people like stay. I don't know how it is in big cities like a Denver. Like I guess the dude was from Denver and shit like that. And my thing also, too, is like some of these media people, bro, like they use that media card too
much. Like
not too much.
They want.
To say whatever they want and to try to use it as like to tear someone down, but then to try to play it as like this is all media. This isn't personal.
Yeah.
Whenever it is personal, but you're just using the media card.
Facts. And even going on from that, like most of the time, like in my opinion, the media doesn't think about like if they're damaging the confidence of a player or like let's say this coach is super hard on this team. Now that coach is like, well, shit, did one of my players say that? Like, who's that coming from? Type shit. Like the worst thing that I hate is like when there's anonymous sources.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like,
I get anonymous sources,
I get it, but like, don't be DC says this nigga suck, and then be like, oh well. Well, I respect this game. Type shit. You know what I mean? But as far as the Deion situation, I think it's more of the media. Well, the media at first, when he went to Colorado, forgot the program that he was inheriting. Colorado was owing the rest before he got there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Did they win all the games that they were supposed to win? Absolutely not. But it was laying a foundation for this year, next year, getting recruiting classes, getting bodies in there that are capable of playing Division I football. You know what I mean? So as far as like the expectations, I just think that the media and us as fans put way more in stock into Colorado than Colorado had. He even said several times like, hey, I need to get some guys on the line.
But that's the thing, and that's what I was just about to say too. Like some of these reporters are just looking for the hot take.
Facts.
Look at no disrespect. Corpus Christi Chronicle don't post all the news that goes on in Corpus. He posts the hot takes. And coming from a media basically company, because that's basically what the Riding Hot podcast is, I understand it. You know what I'm saying? I understand it. But whenever you just have an agenda to just, I want to say, I saw that they were saying that this dude is just straight negative. I have a homeboy. I don't even call him out, but he was always just, every time I would post something about local fucking events, local rappers and stuff, he would always just be negative on some troll shit. So one day, bro, I just had to message him and say, you might not like the people I deal with, but as a homeboy, you should be supporting me regardless what the fuck I'm doing. Like, why are you trying to tear down something that I'm trying to build just because you have a little hot take on what the fuck that we're trying to do? And that reporting, I don't know, maybe this is not his initiative, but it just seems to me like he's trying to tear down Dion to get the next hot take, because maybe his fucking boss is on his ass to tell him, hey, I need something. Yeah, I need something hot. Yeah, I need more readers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And I think we've also reached a point to where hot take media is fading out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because now, like, not only will other news networks say, a reporter, like, that's not right, that's not what happened.
Yeah.
But players themselves and coaches themselves have platforms, they have podcasts, they have interviews, and like, now they're like, you know what, I don't have to answer your question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I say. But I do think Colorado will have a better season this year.
Yeah, for sure. I think so.
Speaking of which, let's go ahead and let's talk some more college football. What besides UT, what college football team are you most excited to see this year?
Oh, man. I'm going to probably, if I can get a chance to, I'm going to try to watch some of them Sam Houston State games. I want to see what Lonnie Atkins I'm going to do from Miller High School. I want to definitely try to catch some, was it Alabama A&M or Alabama State? I can't remember exactly where he's at. Where's Andrew Body at? Is that one of those Alabama schools?
Alabama A&M.
I want to try to catch one of them Andrew Body games. And I was watching some on they were doing an HBCU special on ESPN the other day, and basically, and they were like the number one. They were like the top 5 things that need to happen in the HBCU, and the number one thing was Andrew Body like having a breakout season.
Bro, absolutely.
Yeah,
and
I was like, damn, that's dope as shit.
You want to hear a crazy story, bro? Like, my brother was actually a coach at Miller when Andrew Body was a freshman. Like,
oh shit, that's what's up.
He was there like when he came into the program. Like, to see him like from day one. This is my team type shit. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Like, dude's a great kid, love him to death. But let's see. For me, the team I'm most excited to see would have to be.
Besides Auburn.
That's what I'm trying to. That's why it's taking me so long. Honestly, I'm excited to see, as much as like a bunch of Auburn fans are gonna hate to see it, and I know some of my family might disown me. I'm excited to see Alabama under this new regime.
Yeah, I want to see what they're,
like,
Kalen DeBoer.
Exactly. Like, the first time Alabama's going to take the field without Nick Saban leading them out of that tunnel.
Hell yeah.
And
do they have a fall off?
Yeah, do they have a fall
stay
off?
The course? Like, what? Hell yeah.
Because before he left, like, you could notice, like, a lot of talent was already leaving. They lost that safety not Monday. Was
Caleb Downs.
They lost Caleb Downs to Ohio State.
Yeah.
That one hurt. Like, I think that's going to be like a top 5 pick coming out.
Bonds came to Texas.
Yeah, Bonds came to Texas.
Not Black came to Texas.
Yep. Like, everybody. Like, you know what I mean? So can he recruit not just the state of Alabama? Because he has to recruit against Hugh Freeze in Alabama now.
Oh, really? Hell yeah.
Nick Saban could recruit against Hugh Freeze. What's his name? I can't say his last name.
She got to recruit against all the Texas schools, A&M, fucking Texas, all them too.
But like, I'm just talking about like in state.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because like,
but that's where a lot of people were talking, like, were downplaying the hire too, not downplaying, but kind of talking down on the hire, basically saying this dude has like Northwest roots. He don't really have those Southern roots.
And you need those Southern, like.
Do you?
I think so.
Because Brian Kelly didn't have those Southern roots.
Brian Kelly.
Is Brian Kelly what y'all say Brian Kelly's doing good at LSU? I mean, asking that question, I guess I'm going to answer it myself. Like, he just produced a Heisman Trophy winner.
LSU likes Heisman trophies, but LSU loves natties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and speaking of LSU, I want to see them too. You know what I mean? Did they get any top recruits this year?
I can't remember. They got the kid from Duncanville, the running back from Duncanville. I can't remember his name, but he was he was on that state championship team from Duncanville that just won this past season.
Okay.
He was like the number 4 or 5 running back in the nation.
Yeah.
And also, I'll say too, like, I'm also like a fan, and I follow kids like that were UT kids, but end up like hitting the portal, but they didn't leave like UT on like bad terms, like a Malik that just left and went to Duke. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I'm gonna follow him because like he didn't leave Texas on bad terms. He left Texas based upon like
that QB room is thick.
It's thick, and I want to play now. Yeah. And you're probably me being realistic. I realize. If you sit here and wait, Malik, you probably are never going to see the field.
No.
Probably maybe your senior year, which that would be you being on campus for 5 years. So go ahead, go to Duke, get your shine on. So I'm going to probably watch some of his games and see what he's going to do too, man.
Oh, yeah. All right, we're going to move along. Let's see.
Shout out Malik Murphy, man.
Shout out Malik Murphy. So we are going to go into our next topic. And I know we were talking about this earlier, the evolution of NBA contracts.
Already.
Y'all want to hear some crazy numbers, Doug? Should I tell the people the numbers?
Yeah, because I have no idea nothing about this shit.
Okay. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. I lost it. So we were speaking earlier about NBA contracts, right? And the modern day NBA player, like your Kevin Durant's and those guys, they're making upwards of like $200, $300 million a season, right? So
no, like not a season, a contract.
Yeah, a contract.
They're making, I would say, upwards of probably like 25 to 30 million, minimum 25 million a season. So I want to say Steph got what he made that 45. 50?
Here I got it right here. So the highest. This is straight off Wikipedia. So during the night, just to start, like give you a reference point, during the 1946 NBA season, Joe Fawkes was the highest paid NBA player at a whopping $8,000.
What team was that? Does it say?
It doesn't tell me what player, but that was in the Basketball Association of America.
The ABA?
Yep.
Oh, shit. That's why he wasn't getting paid shit.
Yep. Then
it don't say what team he was on, though?
It don't say what team. Then Bob Davies became the highest paid player, and that was at $12,500, and that was the National Basketball League.
The NBL?
Yep.
Already.
Then George Mikan became the highest paid player, and this was in 1948. He was making $15,000 per season. Okay. Then we get the first.
That was probably for the Lakers. I'm guessing.
I would say
because that's why I'm asking what teams, because I know back like, and it's still this way. And LA can offer you a way better.
But you got to remember though, the Lakers back then were also probably Minnesota.
Oh, that's facts too. You know facts. Hell yeah.
Okay, so next we have Wilt Chamberlain became the first player to receive the first $100,000 contract.
Oh, really?
This was in 1965.
Okay? Already.
That same season, Bill Russell became the second player to receive a contract over $100,000. Okay? Then that was in 1965, and then you don't get your first NBA or basketball millionaire until 1979, and that was Moses Malone and Bill Walton. Okay. The Larry Bird became the first player to make $5 million in salary.
Okay.
And
were those okay? So those are 1 year deals. Mm-hmm. You're saying okay?
Yeah, not like those are like their $5 million per year or like whatever. Like it doesn't tell me the years, but like that's their baseline salary. You know what I mean? And then that was in 1991. Okay. Then Magic Johnson became the first player to make $10 million or more, and that was in 1994.
Already.
And then that year he brought in $14,660,000. Okay. After that, you have Patrick Ewing becoming the first player to make $15 million or more, and that was in 1995. Okay. Then here's the big one. Michael Jordan became the first NBA player to sign a contract over $20 million and $30 million a season. That was in 1996. And earned $33 million in 1997, setting the NBA record for the largest one-year contract in NBA history and held the overall record for over 20 years.
That was $33 million?
Yeah.
With the Bulls?
With the Bulls, right? And then he held that record for 20 years until it was broken by Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant became just the second player to eclipse $30 million in 2013, 2014, when that season began. Then LeBron James became the third in 2016. So in all that time, there had only been 3 players, thinking about like modern day NBA contracts, right?
Yeah.
And then Steph Curry signed a 5-year deal worth $201 million in 2017 with a starting pay of $34 million in the 2017-2018 season, setting a single season record in earning, becoming the first player to eclipse $40 million in 2019 after signing a 4-year extension worth $215 million in 2021. Crazy bread. And Damian Lillard is expected to be the first NBA player to eclipse $60 million in the 2026-2027.
Who's the highest paid right now?
Highest paid right now would be, let's see. According to I get a better number, but according to Wikipedia, the highest paid player right now is Steph Curry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And he's
right
at $55,761,000.
And then Jokic, and then Embiid, and then damn, Durant's still up there. That's crazy.
Yeah. Where's LeBron at? LeBron's at like 100, right?
See, LeBron's number 14. He's at 48,000. I mean, 48 million a season. Let me see. Next year. No, this upcoming season, LeBron will be at 48. If he goes another season, he'll be at 52 million. Steph Curry in the 2025-2026 season is scheduled to make 59 million, bro.
That's insane money, bro.
Like, at that point, why not just buy the team? Like, why am I playing for the team? Why not just buy the team? Like,
that's insane. But, like, to think that, like, it started off at what, $8,000, and now a professional basketball player is making $55 million in basketball revenue alone. Not thinking about his production company, his investments, his golf stuff. I'm pretty sure he has some golf Under Armour shoes out there somewhere, and like that's
his endorsements and shit like that.
His endorsements and stuff like that. Like, that's a lot of money, bro.
Hell yeah.
Like, that's insane. So, where's Jason Tatum at right now?
See, and that's because I'm looking right here, and his first contract, he was making $2 million a year. That was Steph Curry. So, from $2 million a year, then he played his way all the way up to damn near $60 million a year.
I don't know if y'all heard that. Steph Curry started off at $2 million a season, and he finessed it all the way to $55 million. That's crazy. Jason Tatum. Because he's a first-team All-NBA player.
$34 million, almost $35 million this upcoming season. The season after that, it jumps up a whole $20 million to $54 million. You know, he has a long-term contract. Steph Curry's contract expires after not this NBA season coming up, but the next NBA season.
Yeah.
And Tatum still has a while to go, so Tatum has a good back-end contract.
Let's see. What about take Jaylen Brown?
Yeah, they have heavy back-end contracts.
Heard. But that's still.
But they make more towards the end of the contract.
That's crazy.
For sure.
Magic was the first to get $1 million, Cantu?
That's what they said. Because that's what I was thinking too. Because that's right? on the winning time thing. But it may have been. Was it a 10-year contract for $1 million a year?
Wasn't it? I thought he got what was the lifetime contract?
Oh, you're right. It was a $1 million lifetime. Was it a $1 million lifetime contract? Right. I think it was. You're right. It was something like that. It wasn't for the season.
Yeah.
It was like a lifetime contract for like $1 million or some shit like that. It may have, I can't remember it, but I remember watching. I saw it on Winning Time. But you know, with them Hollywood shit, they be switching shit up too, like a motherfucker. Like they don't really give you a straight 100% accurate portrayal of what really happened.
So okay, question: if you were the owner of an NBA franchise and you had $55 million to give to any player of any era outside of Michael Jordan, who would you give it to? Now you can include Mike. Like, who would you build your franchise around for $55 million?
LeBron James or Kevin Durant?
LeBron or KD?
Yeah.
I like that. I would go. I'm going LeBron because like you can just do so much. And yeah, I'm going LeBron.
Oh, really? For sure.
LeBron or Kobe. Okay. Next, I want to ask you about the Steve McNair documentary.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and talk about it. So, for those of y'all who haven't seen the Steve McNair documentary, it's a documentary where they kind of dive, I'm not even going to say deep dive, they skim the surface of the unaliving of Steve McNair. And
it's that Netflix Untold. That's what it came out on.
Yeah, Netflix Untold. And for me, I thought it was a really good watch, personally, because there were some minor details that I did forget about as far as, like, his early playing career and, like, not even realizing, like, he was drafted by the Oilers and still, like, and was the first quarterback of the Titans. I forgot, like, I even forgot about, like, they didn't lose a game at home.
Yeah, I didn't know all that.
Like, I didn't know all that.
Hell yeah.
Like, that was a cool fact to find out. But man, like 2 to the dome, 2 to the chest.
They didn't do the I guess they talked a little bit about like the actual crime, but I guess they had to mix it all in, you know what I'm saying? But man, I'm gonna just be honest, and this is just with the whole Netflix Untold thing in general. Man, I feel like their budget just don't be enough because it don't, like, the stories don't be like in depth as I feel like something on Netflix should be. I feel like they kind of just give us the surface. Yeah. And they kind of go a little bit below the surface, but even with the Johnny Manziel doc, like, they don't get down and dirty with it. You know what I'm saying? They kind of just keep it surface level, you know what I'm saying? And with this, like, I would have wanted it to see more, like, them talk about crime scene, more actual evidence and stuff like that. It was just more of them trying to tell, like, a little, maybe I
like a murder mystery type story.
Yeah, and this was just more like a short documentary explaining Steve McNair's story and how he died. Yeah. To me, that's what it was, instead of like a law and crime about Steve McNair's passing. You know what I'm
absolutely. Saying? Because like even at the end of it, like I was like, oh, that's it? Like I was looking for the play next episode button type shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But the crazy part, like what I really took away from it was like that case was severely mishandled. Like from the first person that sees him says, yeah, walked right by him, had a beer, sat right next to him.
Hell yeah.
And then next person you talk to is the best friend who just so conveniently
y'all got into a fight.
Got into an argument over 13 bands.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And then you have the mistress who just told her boyfriend, hey, I'm breaking up with you so I can go date Steve McNair. Yeah. And then that guy says, oh, well, I don't know anything. And then turns out the mistress also had a Sancho who she bought a gun from, who was dating somebody else.
And see, they should have went more into that. Yeah, like, and I guess he declined to do the story of the interview, but I'm like, y'all are just pointing fingers without no actual evidence, and I don't like that pointing fingers shit. Like give us some actual evidence instead of just saying, well, it could have been. It could have been.
And most of the time, like when we're watching documentaries like that, we're going for answers. Like, what the fuck really happened? Mm-hmm. Why did OJ get in the Bronco type shit? I mean, that probably gave us more questions too, but that's the only example I can think of. But like, that led me down of, well, did she shoot herself? Because she got shot in the head twice or once.
I can't remember.
Like, but it was more than, like, I feel like she got hit more than once. He got hit 4 times. Yeah. And she got hit more than once, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Cantu, how many times did you get hit? Because I know you watched it.
I feel like if it would have been her Sancho dude that did it, he wouldn't have left the weapon there. I feel like she did it, and maybe I'm wrong, but in my mind, I just feel like she did it because she thought that this dude was going to leave his wife for her. And come to find out, she's just one of many side pieces that he has.
Like
what he was doing for her. They didn't say that part, but what he done for her, he could have, and maybe he didn't, but he could have bought 2 or 3 other Escalades. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you want to know my first problem I had with the doc? Like, was when they said, this vehicle has been registered. I'm going to get my Cat Williams voice. He said, this vehicle has been registered to Steve McNair and an unidentified woman.
Yeah.
Bitch, how your name going to be on the leasing thing and say unidentified?
Yeah,
and then go back and say, well, ironically enough, it was the Sanchez vehicle. Bitch, just say that.
And then whenever she ended up going to jail, like he didn't answer her calls, and after that, like she was pissed. And I don't want to say too much. I don't want to get no trouble on here. Shit.
Bet. So
let's just say she was a foreigner. You know what I'm saying?
She reckons she ran. Let's see. She did it because he didn't bail her out of the.
Out the 2 nights before she got the DUI, and she found out he had other side chicks.
Yeah.
Yep. Hell
yeah. So, question, chat. I got a question for y'all, and I need y'all to comment this. We're going to switch back to the track real quick because we talked about.
Come on, TJ.
Shout out TJ in the chat. So, switching back to track for a second. After the Olympics, there was a little bit of, I don't want to use the word controversy, but there was a little bit of a debate going on, right? Could Tyreek Hill beat Noah Lyles in a race?
Okay.
Now, I did a little digging. Turns out Tyreek Hill ran track at Oklahoma State and at his D2 school. Just a couple of numbers that he ran. At the NJCAA indoor or outdoor track and field championships, in the 100, Tyreek Hill ran a 9.8 or 9.98. Also in the 100, he ran a 10.14. In the 200, he ran a 27 or a 20.73, and then in the 200 again, he ran a 20.75. Okay. Noah Lyles' best personal best. Let's see, where'd she go? Is a 9.71 in the 100. So, with proper training, with proper dedication, do you think Tyreek Hill would beat Noah Lyles in 100?
What was Tyreek Hill's time?
A 9. Let's see. Let me pull it back up real quick. My phone locked. In the 100-meter dash in 2013, Tyreek Hill ran a 9.98 with a 5-second split, or I don't know if that's a split, and then he ran a 10.14 in the 100.
Man, I'm gonna be honest. I think the Lyles dude will get him, and I love football. I want to go with Hill, but I just gotta be honest with them numbers that you just read. I think the Lyles dude will get him.
Yeah. I think in the 100, Noah Lyles would pull away because Noah's historically a bad starter. Like his first 40, 60 meters aren't the best. He's a great closer.
Already.
And Tyreek Hill's strength is quick acceleration off the line.
Yeah.
So I honestly think it would come down to distance, in my opinion.
Maybe in a 50-yard race, you know what I'm saying?
If they ran a 60, I think Noah Lyles edges him out by maybe half a second. If it's 100, I think he beats him by a full second. If it's a 200, I think Noah wins. But
yeah, I think he definitely winning the 200.
I think it's a closer
Does Lyles run the 200?
He does.
Okay,
that's his specialty.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah. He lost to the kid from the U of H in the qualifiers. Yeah, that's true. Anybody can beat anybody, but I guess I'm just comparing
Olympian to there's.
And I'm not even just saying Olympian to a football player because I want to go with the football player. And hell, I'm a Marquise Goodwin fan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He ran in the Olympics and he played for UT. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you just gotta sit there and be realistic with yourself. And I just feel like me being realistic with myself, I don't see the world class fucking football player. The football player with world-class speed beating the Olympian. Maybe. Is Noah Lyles a gold medalist?
He's a
silver medalist?
He's a lot of medalists.
Okay, I got to be real with myself.
Right now, you could arguably say that
football speed and track speed is different.
They're totally different.
Yeah.
Me personally, I've never said that Noah Lyles is one of historically Noah Lyles can run with anybody.
Definitely not.
I mean, definitely not. But as far as respect to his craft, I say that No, again, I think it would be a closer race than people anticipate.
Yeah.
But like what y'all told me, like that one time when I asked about like Michael Parsons getting cooked by the kids covering routes, or Tyreek trying to run like a receiver.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's what he trains for. You know what I mean? But again, I want to see it. I want to see it. H.N. from Miami, I think H.N.'s football speed. I don't think he'd beat Noah Lyles. But I will say this, though. If you have Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert, Tyreek, Devin H.N., Jalen Waddle, and Raheem Mostert versus the U.S. Olympic 4x1 team, the Miami Dolphins would lose by 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, that track speed is just different from football speed. That's why whenever they put the track dude on the football field, he's usually running everybody. He's usually just straight running past everybody. And they don't even, most of the time, they don't even throw the dude the ball. It's usually going to be one of them quick passes, one of them goddamn, or one of them a reverse or something, you know what I'm saying, a screen pass. But most of the time, the track dude, if he got some hands, they'll throw the ball down the field. I don't even consider Worthy a track dude. Worthy just had, like, real good speed.
Yeah,
like,
Worthy just fast.
He was just fast. And I don't think Worthy, even with the 4.2 at the the 4.2 at the combine, I still don't see him competing with the person who won bronze at this year's Olympics, just being realistic. I would like to see it. I think it would be a good race. And who knows, maybe he can upset him if the dude's having a bad day. But I just feel like if the bronze medalist is having his best day, I just don't see the dude with world-class football speed beating him. No. Realistically.
No. But I like your point. I agree with you. Speaking of sports that are different, let's get into a highly questionable topic that we've had this week, and that would be the U.S. flag football team quarterback, Darnell Doucette, said that, I'm not even going to touch the point of him being a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. Well, he said he was a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes due to his IQ.
Yeah, I saw that.
I respect it, but this is what it led me down the road of.
Who's grading the IQ, though?
Like, I guess himself.
Okay, go ahead.
He didn't take the same test that Donald Trump and Joe Biden took. He didn't take that same cognitive test. But it led me down this debate. Could let's say you have the U.S. flag football team, and you have Patrick Mahomes, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb in the slot, Travis Kelce at your tight end, that 707 squad versus the U.S. flag 707 team. Who do you think will win? Like the NFL guys or the flag guys?
In game one, maybe the flag football guys.
I agree.
But probably around game 3-4, you start getting, you know what I'm saying? It's just the talent level. And I'm seeing this dude, dude's 5'8". Bro, you 5'8". And when it comes to Olympics, we want to put the best of the best out there. Yeah. And football is football. Yeah, tackle football, flag football, it's a different sport. But that's why you have to get adjusted to it. That's why I say maybe the first game, the flag football dudes might take one because they're used to the game. But around game 3 or 4, these dudes' talent level is just going to be off the charts compared to what these dudes who play flag football regularly is, because these dudes, and I'm not saying that they're not playing on a professional level, because obviously they're playing on a professional level, but I just think the talent level is just so on a different level. It's almost like if we get the champions that won gold in the 3-on-3 basketball this year, and we get the men's champions that won gold in the Olympics, can they beat a team of LeBron, KD, and whoever? Let's just
Yoke.
You know what I'm saying? Like, those dudes that won might have been 6'2" at the tallest member. You know what I'm saying? Now you're gonna go against a dude that's 7'2". Like, yeah, you may be great in 3-on-3 basketball, and you may be the gods of 3-on-3 basketball. But once you get some dudes who are professionals and a grade above what you are to step down, and once they adapt to it, they should have no problem.
Facts.
It's the same game.
Facts. I agree with that. And like this is what like how you were saying. Like,
that's why you flag football dudes ain't in the NFL.
We love all players of all footballs. But how you were saying like that first game, I think not even the first game. Like I think that first half, like once the NFL guys were to adjust to like the karaoke
if they've been practicing, but if they're just going out there raw like ain't played a flag football game, then I'm gonna give it to the flag football dudes. But if they're practicing, hell yeah.
Because like once they adjust and like they get used to the hip drops and this and that and like all the major ins and outs of the game, I think it's gonna be belt to ass. And I was watching Mr. Doucette's highlights. Him not that.
Oh man!
Like, a couple of ones that I saw, he's just launching the ball up. Receivers are making amazing catches. Pat Mahomes, Pat Mahomes different, bro. Like he different.
Yeah, he just trying to get some headlines.
Trying to get them know.
That's what I'm saying. The NFL Pro Bowl is a flag football game. You know what I'm saying? Like, which I'm pretty sure them dudes hate playing that game. But at the end of the day, shit, you put some of them dudes out there, man, they'll probably kill that Team USA, man.
We just got a couple of more. We got two more.
Already.
Okay? The first, we'll go here. We'll go to everybody's favorite darling in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark becomes the fastest WNBA player to 500 points and 200 assists. Like, love her or hate her, that's a crazy stat, crazy feature. Can you give Caitlin a bump? Any take on Caitlin being the fastest to 500 and 200?
Man, it's good for the game, man. And honestly, like, I hope she continues to do more, and I hope the game continues to progress because I want the Houston Comets to come back, man.
Bro.
I remember watching Cynthia Cooper and Cheryl Swoops and all Tina Thompson and all them, you know what I'm saying, win them 4 in a row, you know what I'm saying? So anything that can – I don't really watch the WNBA. I'd be lying if I was to say I do, you know what I'm saying? But anything that's good for the game of women's basketball and hell, if they were to bring the Houston Comets back, I'd watch. I'd be especially if they had a star like a Caitlin Clark on there. Hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or Angel Reese playing for the Comets, you know what I'm saying? Like that would be dope as shit, you know what I'm saying? Like Cameron Brink or somebody playing for the Comets. Man, there's a whole new wave of like look at the Leah Chavez girl that's coming up. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Maybe we will have a Houston Comets back by the time she goes to the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? So man, the game of women's basketball it's on the rise, and it's not just like that one. Like you could say once in a generational talent because you can look at the Caitlin Clark, but right after Caitlin Clark is you got
5, 10.
You know what I'm saying? And then like right after you got the other girl that can say the girl I just said right now, the Aaliyah Chavez that's coming up. She's entering her senior year of high school. Man, I just saw a girl that just played for a state championship, and she was a sophomore. Man, last name was Abby. I can't remember her first name. JC Abby. Man, I can't remember which school she was from. She won like a 5A or 6A state championship game. Man, and that girl was a sophomore, and to me, she was the best player in the nation from what I had seen, like straight up. So, man, kudos to women's basketball at all levels. Hell yeah, JoJo over there at USC. Hell yeah, hell yeah.
And that's because, like, growing up, I was a fan of the W. Like, I grew up when Lisa Leslie was in.
Yeah, hell
LA.
yeah.
Like, one of my favorite players coming
Rebecca
up.
Lobo was in New York, all that. Yeah, I remember all them. Hell yeah.
Pat Summitt was at Tennessee with Candace Parker.
Yeah.
Then Gino had Maya Moore, Tina Charles, and all those girls. But just to see,
I remember like Shamiqua Hostclaw and all. Like man, I remember like all them like Candace Parker. They was like my grade level. I remember watching Tennessee basketball like when I was like in elementary and middle school and stuff like that. Hell yeah,
bro. And then, so we're gonna close out with I want your honest opinion about these Super Bowl and MVP odds. I know you really don't do the NFL like that, but what do you think about these odds, right? If y'all are betting Skylar Diggins, that's a name too. If y'all are into sports betting, we got a couple of numbers for y'all, right? So we're going to do the Super Bowl favorites, right? So the top 10 favorites, you have Kansas City at plus 500, San Francisco at 600, Baltimore at 1,100, Detroit at 1,200, Philadelphia at 1,300, Houston at 1,500, Cincinnati at 1,500, Buffalo at 17, Dallas at 18, and the New York Jets at 1,800. All pluses. So of those teams in the top 10 favorites, who would you say you willing to put your money on?
Who are the top two?
The top two are Kansas City at
the Chiefs would have to be an obvious choice.
And San Francisco at plus 600.
Man, I would put my money on the Chiefs and, man, let me see. Who else did something real good in the offseason? Man.
So you have Houston added Diggs. You have
I want to
Stroud
put Houston
going into a second year. Cincinnati, they're still in a contract dispute with Jamar Chase.
Oh, the Eagles. I would have to be my top two choices would have to be the Chiefs and the Eagles, straight up. The Eagles are, man, it seemed like they recruiting like a college team. Do they even have a salary cap over there, boy? They getting all the players that I remember that were live in college. Straight up.
The crazy part is all of those people that they picked up, like every big name that you think of, on the team that like gotta have it guy is locked up until 2029.
God damn,
it's crazy. How we be doing Howie things. Speaking of contracts, though, we're gonna touch into it real quick. I know we gotta get out of here, but CeeDee Lamb got paid.
Yeah, finally.
CeeDee Lamb got paid. 4 years, $136 million, 100 guaranteed, 36 at signing. So pretty much he worked his way to a fully guaranteed contract. If you really look at how the language works out. So congratulations to CeeDee and his family. We're gonna get into these MVP odds real quick. MVP odds, you have, again, Patrick Mahomes leading the way at plus 450. You have Josh Allen at plus 800. Third is going to be CJ Stroud at plus 1,000. Joe Burrow is also at 1,000. Jordan Love is plus 1,400. Jalen Hurts plus 1,400. Lamar Jackson plus 1,500. Brock Purdy plus 16. Tua Tagovailoa and Dak Prescott are tied at plus 2,000. Okay, if I had to pick two, I'm going to go Pat, of course, because he didn't win it last year, so it's his every other year type shit that Pat got going on.
Oh, really?
He's that guy. And then I'll take Stroudy with a chance of meatballs.
Man, that's what I was going to take. I was going to take Mahomes and Stroud, man.
Bet. In my Super Bowl picks, I'm going to say I want to see an all-birds Super Bowl. Give me the Birds and give me the Ravens, Philly and Baltimore for the Super Bowl picks. But you got anything else, King?
Man, y'all make sure to pop out to our smoke walk on September 6th, you know what I'm saying? Friday night, September 6th, alongside the Art Walk, downtown Corpus Christi, 523 Taylor Street. Y'all make sure y'all pull up to that, you know what I'm saying? Going to be live out there. We're going to have some comedians, some music acts, some vendors, you know what I'm saying? So y'all pull up on us, man. September 6th, 8 p.m., 523 Taylor Street.
Yes, sir. And with that, so guys, that's a wrap. As you know, I'm your boy Lucky Lamar. This has been DJ Lil King.
Hey.
This has been Riding High Sports. Shout out Cantu. We'll see you when you get back, my boy. And we out. Y'all have a good night. Peace.